I'm the perfect consumer for the brand new Sonos Ace headphones. So today we're talking about whether or not these break the audio landscape. So listen, the Sonos Ace came out a week ago and I've had mine since launch. Picked mine up at Best Buy, went out and picked it up on the launch day. And I want to cover it and what they're like after a week of use. I know a lot of videos have come out about this already and most people have focused on, is this better than that product? Is this better than that product? I want to look at this from a individual product standpoint first, the Sonos Ace headphones and what they are, because I'm the perfect customer for these. I have Sonos products throughout the entire house. And so I want to talk about if you should buy these just for themselves. And then in the last couple of minutes, I'll do some comparison to some other headphones that are on the market. But I want to focus just on these. And this is not a sponsored video. Paid for this with my own money. For starters, let's talk about build quality. For one, do they feel like $450? These do feel good, right? Now, the reality of this, maybe they'll come down in the future. Most likely they won't, because Sonos does not really discount their products like that. And even if they do discount their products, they'll do something like 15% trade-in value for a $500 speaker that you already own, right? So 15% off something new if you trade in something that still works. But they feel good. The little way to adjust the headset there works really well. The one weird thing about these is that they do rotate flat. You know how people like to rotate them and kind of lay them on their shoulders? They rotate flat, but they rotate flat backwards. What I mean by that is, this is the right side. You can see because it's green. It rotates out, and so it points out. It doesn't lay flat. And I don't know, maybe some people will play music. My wife said, well, maybe they did that so that they play music while they're having it sit there as opposed to having it face down. The memory foam right here on the earpieces is really nice. It's plush. The depth of the speaker going down into the speaker is good. You can see almost a third of my finger going into that depth, meaning how much space there is for your ear and the capsule there. The controls on this are super simple and easy to learn. You have, your content button right here, up and down for volume, press and depress for play and pause, press it twice for forward, press it 3 times for back. You have your noise canceling or noise and awareness button or off button there. And then you have your power button right here, right there. And then there's 8 microphones on this thing for noise canceling and for phone calls and awareness mode. Quick thing about awareness mode, it's freaking sweet. Awareness mode picks up everything around you. People can walk up right to you and talk to you, and it will amplify that into your ears. The noise cancellation is superb. Literally things like just regular things like sitting next to a microwave disappears. Fans disappears. Noisy environments disappears. Traveling with 6 children, I got a bunch of kids. 6 disappears. Like I listened to an audiobook on the way to a tournament. Can't hear any of the kids. Audiobook comes in perfect. So just everyday practical uses, these things work great when it comes to the awareness mode and the sound canceling mode. They sound great. They really do sound great. The mix is good between the lows, the mids, and the high frequencies. I have not really felt any type of muddy bass or anything like that, which you wouldn't expect at $450. The mid-tones are good. Your vocals are really good in this. The one caveat to that is volume. Volume is just okay. It is a really clear, very nice mixture. And when you add in the noise cancellation, you can't hear outside. So you're only hearing the music. But for someone like me that grew up in the 90s with, loud, 15-inch, subwoofers and things like that in the trunk, the volume just isn't good enough on these. For $450, I would want a lot more volume. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm really not saying it's bad. I want you to understand me, that it sounds good, but it's not loud enough for $450. These are capable of lossless audio. Now, the fine print on that is that the lossless audio only works with certain Android devices that have aptX capabilities, which is a codec, meaning it's a sound profile for those of you that aren't in the industry or understand that stuff. It's the type of sound that it sends to the device, which is from the phone to these. And it only works, again, with that, and it has to have like a Snapdragon, Qualcomm, you know, like one of their newer chipsets. So your newer Samsung, you know, phones are gonna work, but you're not gonna get that sound quality with an iPhone. You know, you're going, and that could be why I feel like these aren't as loud as they could be, because I'm not getting fully uncompressed audio. It's not just unique to this, so I'm not like ragging on this. Most headsets don't get the best audio quality with an iPhone because they use aptX, and iOS is AAC, and it's an Apple proprietary sound profile, so, or sound codec. So these are capable of lossless audio, but not with your iPhone. When you take them off from your head, it automatically recognizes that, you know, you're no longer having them on your head, and it's going to automatically take these, turn that music off, pause that music. That works perfect. And then when you put them back on your head, automatically starts again. Another feature around that way is that when the phone rings, you can pick these up, put them on your head, and automatically answers the phone call using that same sensor. And so that works really well as well. As far as like the Bluetooth on these, it's passable. Battery life for these is freaking amazing. Now, purchased these last week, got them, charged them all the way up, and they still have not died since last week. I've listened to these about 5 or 6 hours in one day. I mean, we can always talk about like 30 hours, but I mean, really, are you gonna listen to your headphones for 30 straight hours? But you know, being able to listen to a pair of headphones without charging for a week, especially ones with this good of noise canceling and awareness mode, things like that, that's pretty good. One of the really cool things about the battery life on these, like you have rapid charging, it's 3 minutes for 3 hours of use. And so, I mean, you like, what? like 3 hours after 3 minutes of charging. I haven't tested that yet, again, because they have not died on me yet. And so I'm gonna wait till they die, and then I'm gonna charge them for 3 minutes, and I'm gonna see if that works. The travel case, you've seen this. It comes with this little pouch thing on the inside that allows you to carry the cables, which I think that is a really nice touch. And I mean, you've seen this. They fit in there, you know, really nice. I've kept mine since launch in this my little tech bag that I got, this new bag from Alpaca. They fit perfect in there, just like that, and kind of zip them in there like that. And I got a bunch of other stuff, and I'm doing a video on that and you know, in a little bit, so I'm gonna look out for that bag because it's freaking sweet. A few things that I think could be better with these. First and foremost, volume could be louder. Secondly, for 400, and this is like the biggest one for me, this is potentially a deal breaker for some people. The EQ in the app is flat out trash. Like, there's no way that you have $450 pair of headphones and all you can do is change treble and bass and balance from left to right. Like, why in the hell would you change the balance from left to right in a headset that is Dolby Atmos compatible, that is like, what? I have affordable budget earbuds and open ear earbuds that will even create a custom sound profile by feeding frequencies into your ear and letting you and automatically adjusting the sound based on the frequencies you heard in the timeline that you heard them. Like $80 for those, $60 for those. Going into like competitors and competition, here's a dark horse for me, which are my Soundcore Q30s. And these aren't even the newer ones. These aren't even like the Q35s or even the ones that released last year. These are probably 3 or 4 years old, and the application and all of the different EQs, the amount of bass and the sound kicks the shit out of these. These have a lot more characteristic, or character as you would call it. I think when I bought these out of pocket, I want to say I bought these for like $80 or something like that. And so that is less than a fifth of the price of these. I don't want you to take me the wrong way. These are a good product with clear, precise sound, but there's no way that I should have a better experience, better customization etc. from an $80 pair of headphones. Lastly, let's jump into the Sonos only ecosystem and why I'm the perfect customer. I showed earlier, I have, the Sonos Arc upstairs at my entertainment console gaming space setup. Over there at my PC laptop setup, I have the Beam 2 set up and connected to my laptop. I did a video on how you can do that. Connected this to my Sonos Arc in that setup. Typically, I'll use my Nova Arctis Pro wireless headset at night when the wife goes to bed. The first time I did it, it was a bunch of static. I pushed the noise cancellation button, it went away, and then it never came back. And so that may have just been the first time it connects to the system type hitch or something like that, but that does work really well. Spatial audio is okay. Now what is it called? They call it the head tracking. That's weird. Because the reason it's weird is because when you do the head tracking, for instance, I did it with the Sonos Arc, it's not the Dolby Atmos, it's just head tracking, meaning that if the audio is in front and I turn my head that way, the audio just goes in my ear right there. And I'm sure there's a place for that. My individual experience, I didn't like it. I thought it was just like, meh, like not something to write home about. Now, Dolby Atmos, that's different, right? Hearing things above, around. Haven't tried that out a lot. I'm gonna be doing more testing on this, but this is just my week 1 impressions. There is firmware releases coming. So my wish list for Sonos is that, for one, give me a realistic high-end EQ to play with. Give me some presets. You gotta have those. Like those are like budget requirements. If you're paying for a $50 to $65 headset, you expect to have at least pop, rock, jazz, classic, R&B, like maybe a country, like vocal and a bass boost and a treble boost at the bare minimum. Like, come on now. So that would be my main wish. Are these worth $450? Yes. Like, someone is saying that they're not. Even with all of the quirks and things, they're worth it. Like, lightweight, easy user interface as far as like the buttons are concerned. Different shapes allow you to understand that they're different buttons and you can remember what they're for. Things like green on one side, white on the other side to quickly let you know that it's green. That it's right and left. Very lightweight, can wear these for hours. I have not charged them in a week. Sound is great. It's clean, it's crisp and accurate. Not muddy. It has a little bit of character to it, but it's not harsh or no sibilants or anything like that. But definitely in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's content, consider subscribing below, hitting and joining the Cozy Coalition. And as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.